Let us start again. There is a lot of interruptions going on today. Now, what we have here, first of all, let us start the vapor compression refrigeration system. In our air refrigeration system, we use air as refrigerant. But here we'll use sulfur dioxide, SA2, ammonia, NH3, carbon dioxide, and so many different refrigerants are also there. Mainly hydrocarbon, different hydrocarbon refrigerants. Now, actually here, the refrigerants used does not leave the system. It is being circulated throughout the system and alternately evaporating and condensing, and evaporating alternately. And in evaporating, the refrigerant absorb the latent heat here. During evaporation, the refrigerant absorbs the latent heat from the brine or salt water, which is used for circulating around the cold chamber itself. So what we are doing, the refrigerant is evaporating, refrigerant is evaporating and draws heat from brine solution, and which saturates, just 1 second. Here, in for vapor representation system, we use refrigerants like let's say SO2, sulfur dioxide, NH3, ammonia, and CO2 hydrocarbon refrigerants. It circulates throughout the system, evaporating and condensing periodically. It is evaporated, or in evaporator, refrigerant evaporates and draws its latent heat of evaporation from brine solution, which is just a solution of salt in water, and which is circulated around the refrigerant chamber. Now, what is going on? Next, this refrigerant absorbs heat from it, and while condensing, dips out its heat to the circulating water in the cooler itself. When during the condenser, it is condenses there and leaves out the latent heat to the circulating water of the coolant itself. Now, the vapor refrigeration system is therefore a latent heat pump. What is pumps the latent heat from the brine and delivers it to the cooler itself. So what we are doing, it is hello. একটু পরে কথা বলবো।
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. একটু পরে কথা বলবো। The vapor refrigeration system is now the vapor refrigeration system is now therefore a latent heat pump, as it pumps its latent heat from the brine and delivers to the cooler itself. So what is shown here? Here is the compressor is shown here. The compressor is shown here. Here is the heat. Heat is released and heat is brought in, and this is the evaporator. It is from here. Heat is released from the cabinet itself, and this is the condenser, and heat is thrown out onto the atmosphere itself. And there are extension valves somewhere here. The extension valve is reduced. The vapor system is nowadays used for all purpose refrigeration and is generally used for industrial and domestic purposes. It is thus a latent heat pump where only latent heats are used. Latent heat itself is used for removing heat and removing heat from the chamber, from the cooling chamber, and releasing it to the surrounding atmosphere by evaporation itself. Right? By evaporation of the refrigerant, it is drawing heat from the chamber to be cooled, and for condensation during the condenser, it is releasing the latent heat of the solution to the surrounding atmosphere make it durable. And it's like this. At the evaporating system, the refrigerants are evaporated and thus drawing that latent heat of evaporation from the evaporator itself, and it evaporated in the form of gaseous state, then goes to the compressor where it is compressed, and then goes to the condenser where it is releases the heat, which is condensed to the liquid, and thus releases the latent heat of condensation to the surrounding itself. And this high temperature, it is condensed to liquid, and it goes to the expander itself, where pressure is again reduced in the expansion itself. Now, what is the advantage and disadvantage of the PA itself? Now, what is the advantages and disadvantages of this refrigerating system itself? What is the advantage? It is similar in size for the given capacity of refrigeration. It has very less running cost, because once you have to fill the refrigerant, you don't have to replace it because it can last for long, and it can be employed at a large range of temperature. Is according to the melting point and evaporating point of the refrigerants. We can choose the refrigerant as per our own need, and it has a large range of temperature like this. COP's coefficient performance is comparatively high in comparison to air refrigerant system. But the disadvantage is that the initial latent heat, the initial cost is high, and the prevention of leakage out of the refrigerant is the major problem in our vapor compression refrigerator system. So first we have to make so many important things, and refrigerant itself is costly matter. Refrigerant is and the leakage of the refrigerant is a leakage of refrigerant is a problem. Now, in figure 4.1 shows the schematic diagram of a next figure here. This figure is a schematic diagram of the vapor compression refrigeration system, which consists of the 5 essential parts itself. This is the compression here. This is the compression. And low pressure, temperature, low pressure and temperature, and low temperature vapor refrigerant from the evaporant is drawn into the compressor itself through the inlet or suction valve, where it is compressed to a high pressure temperature. So here we got low pressure vapor refrigerant, not liquid refrigerant, which are drawn in by the compression at section A, and it is then compressed to high temperature and pressure and discharged from the compressor B at here. Then it goes to the condenser in a vapor condition, and there it is condensed and converted to liquid condition, thus releasing heat, and thus releasing heat of the to the condenser itself. Now, in the receiver, we have the receiver here where liquid refrigerant is first poured into it, and from the bottom of the refrigerant, it goes up to the evaporator expansion valve or throttle valve. Because it is kept at the, it is released, it is kept accumulated at the bottom and then taken from the bottom itself. It is a fact. If there is any impurities or dirt, it will just precipitate here, and it will not go to the throttle valve itself. Here, the high pressure liquid goes to this expansion valve or throttle valve, where it is expanded and there is pressure and temperature both are reduced here, and it will go back to the refrigerant as a liquid refrigerant, and where it is evaporated itself. Refrigerant is called throttle valve or refrigerant control valve. The function is to allow a liquid refrigerant under high pressure and temperature to pass at a controlled rate after reducing the pressure and temperature itself. Some of the liquid as it passes through the expansion valve, but the greater portion is evaporated at the low pressure and temperature itself. Next is the evaporator. An evaporator consists of a coils of pipe. Here is the evaporator itself. It has a number of coils of pipe where liquid vapor refrigerant is at low pressure and temperature is evaporated and changed into the vapor refrigerant at low pressure and temperature. It is this liquid refrigerant evaporated here, and it is converted. It has become a low pressure, low temperature, but gaseous refrigerant itself. Then it did, as due to evaporation, it will absorb the latent heat of evaporation from this medium, say air, water, or brine, just have told you, which is supposed to be cooled here. But here, there are two different pressure conditions. One is called high pressure side, another is called low pressure side. High pressure that includes the discharge. In the discharge pressure side includes the evaporator piping from the, what we said, it is high pressure side starts from the end of the compressor, from outlet of the compressor goes here to the condenser, and it releases the throttle valve, and where it is pressure is reduced. So from high pressure supply to up to the throttle valve is the high pressure side. It is shown by pressure gauge, red pressure gauge at high pressure, and here pressure is reduced. So from here at the outlet of the expansion valve, it goes to the evaporator where it is evaporated and goes at low pressure and temperature to the inlet of the compressor. So from the end of the throttle valve to the inlet of the compressor, that is low pressure system, which pressure is given by the low pressure valve here, and from the outlet of the compressor to the inlet of the expander, it is high pressure system, high pressure area, where it is indicated by this particular area itself. I'm stopping this today's work. Hello. Hello.
सर व्हाइट बोर्ड यूज कीजिएगा ना सर, कुछ टर्म को समझाने के लिए।
हैं व्हाइट बोर्ड अरे बोलो
सर नोट
व्हाइट बोर्ड
सर व्हाइट बोर्ड यूज कीजिएगा ना। यस सर
ঠিক আছে করব, এখন টাইম নেই, আমার একটা ক্লাস আছে, আমার একটা মিটিং আছে, আমি যাচ্ছি।
ওকে স্যার,
দ্যাটস ওয়াই আজকে আমি একটা আর্টিফাক্ট করছি, আমি সব ইউজ করব। একটু টেকনিক্যাল প্রবলেম হলো বলে ঝামেলা হলো।
ওকে স্যার,
ওকে।
ओके सर ओके
Okay, goodbye, everybody.